As I said last time, today I will introduce some medicinal food for cerebral infarction and brain hemorrhage. Stroke, also called paralysis, is a disease in which the brain's blood vessels become blocked or burst, resulting in impaired brain function. It occurs mainly in the elderly people of 50 to 60 years of age, and there are many more strokes caused by blocked blood vessels due to arteriosclerosis rather than strokes caused by bursting cerebral blood vessels. Due to the recent development of medicine, the death rate from stroke has decreased, but you should be careful because it is easy to develop after effects such as sensory disorders, speech disorders, pronunciation disorders, dizziness, and dementia. High blood pressure, high risk of stroke. In addition, heart disease, diabetes, hyperlipidemia, obesity, alcohol, and tobacco are known to increase the risk of stroke. Therefore, in order to prevent stroke, the more risk-prone people will have to make efforts to prevent it in advance. I'm going to introduce buckwheat noodles for the first time today as a medicinal food for cerebral infarction and cerebral hemorrhage. Please refer to the screen image. Buckwheat noodles strengthen the capillaries. The routine in buckwheat strengthens the capillaries and prevents brain hemorrhage. Buckwheat's black outer shell, which facilitates bowel movements and diuresis, releases waste matter out of the body and cleans the blood. Therefore, it softens blood vessels and stabilizes blood pressure. The nature of buckwheat noodles are cold. Therefore, given the 4 types of bodies, we can see the most beneficial effects for a constitution called So Yang In. Side effects do not appear when consumed by other constitutions. The next medicinal food to introduce is pumpkin, introduced as a medicinal food for brain infarction and brain hemorrhage. Also, for more information on pumpkins, please refer to them on the screen. Pumpkin prevents adult diseases. The main component of pumpkin is carbohydrate, but it is rich in vitamin A in the form of carotene, and contains a balance of vegetable fiber, vitamins B1, B, calcium, iron, and phosphorus. In particular, it is rich in vitamins A, B, and C, which are effective in preventing paralysis and treating adult diseases. You can eat it by steaming old pumpkins or picking up porridge. Pumpkin rice cake is also okay. The nature of pumpkin is warm, and when you look at it in 4 different constitutions, the most effective constitution is Taemin. In addition, even to So In and So Yang In, it is possible to see some efficacy, but to Tae Yang In, it is not recommended. Next, we will introduce the medicinal food, which is good for cerebral infarction and brain hemorrhage. Overall, vegetable juice is good. Among them, broccoli juice is considered the best. Vegetable juice is generally good for stroke treatment. To catch a stroke, it is recommended to eat enough vegetables, which are grown with plenty of solar energy. Vegetable nectar, which prevents arteriosclerosis, high blood pressure, and helps treat paralysis by promoting excretion and removing lipids from the blood without accumulating unnecessary moisture in the body. For the treatment of paralysis, it is advisable to consume 1,000 to 1,500 liters of vegetable juice per day. It is recommended to take this in 2 or 3 doses. Vegetable juice will be oxidized if the tissue is destroyed after a long time after juice is squeezed or if it is in contact with the air for a long time. Among the vegetable juices, the properties of broccoli are flat, and when you look at them from 4 different constitutions, you can see the effects on any constitution, so I would like to be able to eat them as much as we like. The next thing I'm going to introduce to you is the bitter persimmon juice. I would like to introduce bitter persimmon juice as a medicinal food for cerebral infarction and cerebral hemorrhage. Also, for more information about persimmons, please refer to the screen. Bitter persimmon juice works when blood pressure suddenly rises. A substance called tannin, which gives the bitter taste of persimmons, lowers blood pressure, and the tannin, which has a similar chemical structure to vitamin P, makes the blood vessels strong and resilient. Therefore, it is very good for preventing strokes due to high blood pressure. Before the persimmons are ripe, pick the bitter persimmons, grind them in a powder, pour water to the point where the juice is small, leave them there for 5 to 6 days, and put them in an enclosed container for about 6 months. You can drink a cup of persimmon juice and a cup of radish juice. You can share it about 3 times a day. The nature of the persimmon is cool. From the 4 constitutions, it is recommended to drink only to So Yang In and Tae Yang In who are warmly born with warm internal organs. The next medicinal food that I will introduce is ginkgo leaf. I introduced ginkgo leaf as a medicinal food for cerebral infarction and cerebral hemorrhage. For more information about the bank, please refer to the screen. Ginkgo leaves contain 3 types of ginkgo ginine, which expand the peripheral arteries to improve blood flow. So it has the effect of improving the blood circulation of the brain and preventing the stroke by increasing oxygen or nutrient supply. The peripheral vasodilating effect of ginkgo leaves improves stroke. Not only does it help the blood circulation in the brain, it is also effective against the symptoms of dementia in the elderly. Ginkgo biloba has a slightly colder nature. In light of the 4 constitutions, it applies to all constitutions except Tae Yang In, and among them, it will be the best constitution for Tae Yang In. The last material I'd like to introduce is a pine pillow. Please refer to the screen for more information about pine trees. Pine tree pillows are good for preventing paralysis. Don't Louis Bogum says, all diseases come from yin and yang, so if you sleep on these pillows, the gout will not go down. If you use them for 100 days, they will be glossy on your face. If you use them for a year, all kinds of diseases will be removed from your body and your whole body will be scented. That's the pine nut tree pillow. Originally, 32 kinds of medicinal materials are put into pine nut tree to make pillows, but making pillows from pine nut tree alone will not only have a paralytic effect, but will also help you live longer and healthier. So, that's it for today. We've looked at medicinal foods that are good for cerebral infarction and cerebral hemorrhage. So next time, let's talk about medicinal foods that's good for arteriosclerosis. Thank you for watching the Stepping Stone TV so far. If you press subscribe and like, it helps a lot to make good content. See you next time.